Hey guys, it's ICU. Today we're going to be doing a ultimate camo test on the Reyes S.a.squatch ghillie suit. You guys have been requesting this one for a long time, so I thought, why not? Let's go ahead and throw this ghillie suit on and see how good this actually is. This is actually one of the most popular ghillie suits in Warzone, so let's see if it holds up to the popularity. We are also going to be doing a game of Spot the Ghillie at the end of the video, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I will give you guys 5 seconds to try to spot the ghillie, and then he will reveal himself. So yeah, if you guys like this type of content, you want to see more, go ahead and leave a like. Let's go ahead and jump straight on into the camo test. Alrighty, first spot we are going to be trying is right here in these little orange bushes, of course. And as you guys can see, it's actually really concealed. He is just a tad bit bright, as you guys can see here, but honestly, it kind of helps with these kind of bushes right here since they're a little bit bright regardless. But yeah, if you are kind of facing away from the sun right here, it is a little bit helpful because you're a little bit shaded. But yeah, not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and walk back from it just to see what it looks like from a distance. And honestly, from here, looks terrific. Looks just like the bush. But let's see what it looks like from the front, kind of away from it. Yeah, honestly, I can barely see him if we're facing toward the sun right here. He looks actually really good. He does light up a tiny bit, but not really. With how bulky he is, he kind of just looks like a bush himself. So yeah, not too bad. Alrighty, here he is doing the sitting emote in one of these taller bushes right here. And as you guys can see, dude, he is actually blended in really well. The only downside is, again, from a distance, he gets a little bit bright and stands out quite a bit, but regardless, this does put you in third person, so you can basically look all around you. From here, he is basically invisible. If I was just like scanning the area with my eyes, it would be a very difficult time to find him. So yeah, sitting emote in these kind of bushes right here, extremely effective. I'm gonna give this like an S tier in terms of camouflage. All right, we're gonna be trying the same bush, but standing this time. As you guys can see, still he is really blended in. Again, a little bit of a downside, he does kind of brighten up a little bit, but I don't really think many people are gonna notice that unless you're like from this distance right here. He's pretty obvious right there, but regardless, up close, if you wanted to stand up in this ghillie suit, this brown kind of blends perfectly with these bushes right here. So yeah, I don't think many people are gonna see you here if you're just standing straight up. I'm gonna give this like an A to A+ tier, not terrible at all. Alrighty, next we're gonna be trying these little fern style bushes right here. I have them laying off kind of to the left of it to make it look more spread out. Yeah, again, the only kind of problem with this ghillie suit is that it brightens up quite a bit, especially when the sun is like beaming right down on it. If I was like right over here, it would kind of be difficult to spot him just because of how bulky the ghillie suit is itself. So yeah, not terrible at all, as you guys can see, especially from this angle over here. Yeah, that is going to be very difficult to spot. It kind of just looks like a blend of the different types of bushes over here. Not too shabby, as you guys can see here, but again, it does get quite bright. It honestly looks wet from a distance, which is a very weird aspect of this game and some of the ghillie suits, but still effective from up close. So I'm going to give this like an A tier in terms of camouflage. Not bad at all. Alrighty, next test, we're going to be trying it in the sunlight here. So as you guys can see down there, he's really bright, and I don't know why it's actually really bright, but yeah, as he's proning right there, it is still extremely bright, but he's going to move over to the shade here. And in the shade, he's actually a little bit more concealed. So honestly, in the shade, this might work a little bit better from a distance. Now from up close, if I run up to him, it gets even better in the shade. As you guys can see here, not too bad at all. And in the sunlight, honestly, it's just about the same, I guess, in terms of like camouflage consistency. So in the shade, from a distance, it's a little bit better, but out of the shade from a distance, it's not as good. But then when you get up close, both are pretty much similar. So if you're at a distance from somebody, I'd say the shade is a little bit more recommended than in the sunlight. Alrighty, here we are in these big green fern style bushes as usual. And as you guys can see here, it doesn't look too bad at all. It looks kind of natural, actually. It just looks like another part of the bush. He is a little bit brown compared to the bushwhack skin. He is a little bit exposed, of course, but honestly, with this color of brown right here and how he is in the sunlight here, it isn't too bad at all. He just looks like another part of the bush. So let's go ahead and back up here just to see what he looks like from a distance. And yeah, he does brighten up quite a bit from a distance. I don't know why the ghillie suits do that in this game, to be honest. So yeah, of course, if you want to hide in this kind of bush in the sunlight. I would definitely recommend trying to do it on enemies who are up close instead of afar. So yeah, not too bad up close. Alrighty, here we are in the farmland fields right here, and I personally think this kind of grass is the most effective for this ghillie suit. As you guys can see, it blends perfectly with this grass right here. Even from behind, it is just basically the same exact color. That is actually crazy. Let me go all the way up here just to see what it looks like from a distance. Okay, still from a distance, it does light up quite a bit. You can see him clear as day right there. But from up close, I do think that this is where this ghillie suit is most effective. As you guys can see here, he looks insane right here. Not too bad at all. Even from this direction, I don't think anybody's really going to notice you. People are probably going to be looking over you like crazy with this kind of ghillie suit on. So definitely in this farmland area right here, this is definitely a strong ghillie suit. Next, we are going to be trying this ghillie suit in the brown grass, but in a bush. And as you guys can see, this is absolutely peak for this ghillie suit. So yeah, in a bush in this brown kind of grass right here, it's literally all over the place. You got some right here. You have some over by prison, up toward the snowy area, military base. You have this kind of grass everywhere. Just utilize this if you have this ghillie suit. So let's move on to the next spot. Next, we're going to be trying these little yellow bushes right here in the shade, and then we'll try them in the sunlight. But as you guys can see here, in the shade, that is not bad at all. He's not like the same exact color of it, but it honestly kind of just looks like a bottom part of the bush in a certain way, kind of like maybe the dirt or something, but it does look natural. It doesn't look unnatural or anything. Yeah, I definitely do think everybody would pass you if they were just running through this area. That is actually super blended in right there. So yeah, not bad at all. Let me go ahead and run away a little bit just to see what it looks like from a distance. And yeah, from a distance, he lightens up, but it doesn't look as apparent as some other spots for this ghillie suit when you're far away from it. So honestly, not bad at all. Next, we're going to be trying it in the sunlight in one of these bushes right here. He looks really, really solid. I think this one might stand out a little bit more from a distance. Honestly, no. He kind of just blends in with this bush still. I think the color pattern is just very, very good for that kind of bush, honestly. So yeah, not terrible at all. These bushes might be a go-to spot for this ghillie suit. All right, here we are in one of my favorite spots back in OG Warzone. Is right next to this little field and military base right here next to the helipads. Right here with this brown grass mixed with these bushes, it looks really, really solid. Not bad at all. Military base is actually going to be a pretty good spot for this ghillie suit as well. But again, you got to be careful because from a distance, he does get a little bit noticeable, but not too much. So just be cautious of that. Yeah, military base, not bad at all. I do like this color pattern for this area in particular. All right, and here he is just in the little mud right here in this tiny little patch of grass next to this tree. And you guys tell me, do you think this is effective or not? I personally do think this is effective. Look at that, dude. That looks so freaking sick. I'm sorry. I've got to get close to this. This looks so cool, man. I'm sorry, but this might be my favorite spot for this ghillie just because of how cool this little area is and how it blends. This looks so sick, dude. I got to come out here more. And when you back up, he actually does kind of match the color of that grass still. So he's a little bit more blended in than usual, but you can still see his little silhouette a little bit more. But that is one of the coolest ghillie spots I've seen in Verdansk so far. So even though this ghillie suit is extremely popular, it isn't the most effective one. It is a little bit bright throughout most of the map. I still think the bushwhacked ghillie suit is better, but this one is definitely a solid option. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys liked it, go ahead and leave a like. And if you want to see more like it, go ahead and subscribe. So yeah, it's been your boy ICU. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.